People used to think that the future would be full of floating cars. Everyone would be wearing all-in-one silver jumpsuits while they holidayed at colonies on the moon and were waited on by robot servants. Alas, this obviously hasn't happened. Well, not yet, anyway. The future doesn't always turn out as expected, and predictions can often remain as nothing more than a prediction. In my January 2011 comment, I highlighted a few forecasts that had been made for the year ahead, and inevitably not all were correct. Oil prices were envisaged by Merrill Lynch to average $85 a barrel, and at their highest hit $100. At the time of writing, oil prices had actually peaked at over $120 a barrel during the year, far exceeding Merrill Lynch's projection. However, Asia Pacific, as expected by Deloitte at the start of the year, has become a hotbed of oil and gas activity. This can also be said for Latin America and the Middle East. One of the biggest projects in Asia Pacific to get off the ground this year was the Wheatstone LNG project, which would make Australia the world's second largest LNG exporter. This venture is no mean feat and is going to require investments of up to $29 billion. At the moment, big predictions for the future are green. Forecasts are being made about everything from hybrid cars to renewable energy targets. J.D. Power Associates Automotive Forecasting Services has suggested that the US alone, 780,000 hybrid cars will be sold in 2012, whilst in a recent European Renewable Energy Council report on 2020 EU renewable energy targets, mapping renewable energy pathways towards 2020, predicts that 16 EU member states expect to exceed their 2020 binding targets, and 25 out of 27 countries expect to reach or exceed their 20 targets domestically. When it comes to the target, 20% of EU energy consumption coming from renewable sources by 2020 were made. The solid belief in the green and renewable future was enforced throughout the report by comments from MEPs such as Silva Toscani, Romania's MEP, who said, and is quoted as saying, the deployment of renewables in the building sector combined with ambitious energy efficiency measures and adequate financial support will support Europe reaches its 2020 targets. The UK's MEP, Fiona Hall, also quoted in the report stating, it is vital for the environment and our economy that renewables become a greater part of our energy mix. It is of course important that renewable energy sources become part of the energy supply chain, as we all know that fossil fuels are finite. However, this will take a great deal of time and even more money. In this economic climate where there is a looming threat of a double-dip recession, these predictions for the near future could be a little bit ambitious. As always, the first article you will find in this issue is the regional report, which is contributed this month by the Strategic Decisions Group and looks in depth at Southeast Asia's downstream industry. We also conclude Albemarle's Slimming Down Sulphur series on page 65 and Brown Research's A Water Story on page 61. Finally, for a bit of festive fun and cheer, on the last page you'll find a slightly different 15 facts on. This is our last issue of the year, and I have one thing left to say. On behalf of the entire Hydrocarbon Engineering team, I hope you have a happy festive season and a safe and healthy new year. Thank you for watching.